guys, my name's Jonny Kulow. You guys probably call her Mrs. Kulow, which is really strange to me, but I call her Aunt Patty. My Aunt Patty asked me if I could just talk to you guys a little bit. I know that you're an FCA. I'm going to be a leader for FCA. I'm here at Arizona State University. I'm a swimmer. I love FCA. I think it's great. And yeah, so my Aunt Patty, Mrs. Kulow, whatever you want to call her, she asked me if I could just talk to you guys, and share a little bit about, Christ and what he can provide to you, in sport and also just in life. So, I have a little bit of scripture here, and I just really have two things, serving others and then trusting in God. So working in scripture here, we're the feeding of the 4,000. We're in Mark's Gospel, chapter 8, specifically verse 5. So this is Jesus talking to his disciples. He says, "Still he asked them, 'How many loaves do you have?' 7, they replied. He ordered the crowd to sit down on the ground. Then, taking the 7 loaves, he gave thanks, broke them, and gave them to his disciples to distribute. And they distributed them to the crowd." Then a little bit later, this is verse 8, they picked up the fragments left over, 7 baskets. There were about 4,000 people that ate. So if you guys haven't already realized, sport and life, it's a lot. School and life is a lot. And I mean, once you just get older and older, it's a lot. It's really easy. I know for me, especially, I'm really competitive. It's hard for me to go into practice and have a bad day at practice, and then go on with my day like normal and not let it ruin my day. I'm super competitive. I want to be good at swimming. I want to be good at my sport. But something that I've started to realize lately, and something that I think that passage speaks to, is like in that passage, the disciples have been following Jesus. They're in the middle of nowhere, essentially. They're just following Jesus, this guy who they believe in, but they're following him, and they're like giving him everything. Like they're giving him their life, their entire energy. Like they're giving him all of their energy. And then he asked them to give even more. He asked them, "How many loaves do you have?" He asked them to give to these people that he's teaching, these 4,000 people. He asked them to give from their own supplies, their own bread stores, their own rations, essentially, to serve other people. And I think that can kind of go hand in hand with our everyday lives, especially in sport. You got sport, you got school. And it's hard to do, but something that I've realized is good and, kind of calms you down and gets you back into a good headspace and a more generous heart is in those bad days, when you get into you're in a bad mood or you're just fired up about something, taking the time to look at someone else, look at someone who maybe is a little less privileged than you or something like that. Looking at them and giving whatever you have to them, giving something out of your own stores, something out of your own life, and just giving it to them. And it's hard. It's really, really hard to do, and I struggle with it all the time. But I think that's a really great way to kind of get out of the maybe negative mindset that athletes can like super easily fall into. I do it all. I fall into it all the time. So that's just one thing. Another thing is trusting in the Lord. If you fully try, and I struggle with this too, if you fully trust in the Lord, giving when you're in a situation like that is a lot easier. Like think about it. You guys are all athletes. You're all getting taught by Aunt Patty. She's a great teacher. I ask you and I challenge you to think about a time where you truly lacked something, where you truly didn't have something that you needed. Not necessarily something that you wanted, but something that you actually needed to live. And I'd ask you to think about that. And for me, I know like there's times where I feel like I've lacked a bunch of things that I need to live, but in reality, I've always had everything that I could possibly need for life. And I think taking time to sit on that and realize that that's God providing for you. That's God being, taking an active step in your life and actively providing for you. And so I think that's powerful. And I think that when you sit and you realize that and you understand that, or you begin to work on understanding that, it's a lot easier to trust that when you give out of your own rations, for example, out of your own energy. Let's say at the end of a day of practice, you're exhausted, but you see someone and you're like, hey, like I'm just gonna go up and talk to them. Maybe you don't know them, maybe they're annoying to talk to or something, but going up and talking to them and just extending a little bit of yourself, sacrificing a little bit of yourself, isn't quite as hard when you trust and you know that it's God that's fueling you, it's God that's strengthening you, it's God that's providing for you. So I don't know, it's super late here, I'm kind of sick, and I just got done with a bunch of homework, so I hope that made sense. But yeah, let me know if you have any criticisms. Tell Mrs. Kulow, I'm sure she'll tell me. But I hope you guys have a great week. Yeah, hopefully I can talk to you guys again soon. Later.